Yo, everybody, it's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week as Mini Override joins me once again for an episode of Star Wars. You didn't see that coming, but let me tell you right now, we're both going to give our Star Wars story. Mini's going to start with hers, and then from there, I'm going to give mine, and we're going to end it out. Let's get to it! Ooh, yeah! What's going on, Minnie? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. You know, we're just sitting here ready to burn on a Tuesday. Gotta go get Mom soon. And I decided to throw this together. Our Star Wars story. How we're going to bring the pain. And how we're going to tell it all. I'm going to tell how mine is. Of course, me being the dad. A little older, of course. And I got, my story's crazy. It wasn't about my family. It was about what I had to do. And then, Minnie, tell us how you got into Star Wars real quick, and then we're going to talk about Star Wars.
You share my story?
Not your story yet.
Oh.
No. Brother. Come on.
Well, you said something about Star Wars, and I didn't know what it was. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, well, we'll watch the movies tomorrow.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, and that's when you were like 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know Star Wars because you're part of the sequel trilogy with Rey and Finn and everybody, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah!
So let's talk a little bit about Star Wars. Star Wars. What do you like about it?
I like that there's powers. The lightsabers are really cool.
Yeah.
And I also really like watching the behind the scenes.
What?
And
what did you like saying you like watching?
Behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. Behind the scenes, dig it? Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. One day I was a little behind the scenes and I went up to Hogan and I punched him in the eye.
Brother.
Oh, yeah. Let's just start it out, get crazy right from the go. Yeah. So Star Wars is a big part of both of our lives, not only because it brings us together as father and daughter, because it's a really nice story to appreciate and learn from and read books about, watch more movies and hope for more movies, and watch the movies that we have now. Watch The Mandalorian, the shows that we have now, Rebels, Clone Wars, the things we have now, right?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think that it's so nice. Like, we have TV shows, we have shorts.
You have Hot Wheels.
You have Hot Wheels, you have toys.
We got, and lightsabers, like it all comes back to lightsabers. You can't tell me that nobody in this world knows what to do with a lightsaber. You could just go to some guy in the middle of Antarctica right now. You didn't even see the lightsaber in like 20 years. You hand two people a lightsaber and they will fight.
Ooh, yeah!
Am I wrong?
No.
No, people fight. You see videos of people randomly recording people running up, throwing somebody a lightsaber, and they automatically fight. Why? Because Star Wars knows how to bring the pain!
Also, I watched this video. It wasn't even the Star Wars people. This one person was dressed in a Darth Vader suit, and I think he had a bunch of his friends dressed up as stormtroopers, and they just go into stores.
Yeah, they would go into stores. I know what you're talking about.
They would buy stuff.
I always thought about going into a country fair. That's a kind of convenience store. It's big time around here. Erie, Pennsylvania. And dressed as Macho Man, just buy Slim Jim.
Hell yeah!
So, yeah, some crazy stuff. So, in the future, though, I finally got my Spreaker on my computer, so I'm going to be able to take calls soon. So all you people, you all get ready to bring the pain, because if I have you on, you guys to know we're running with high energy. So let's get right to it. Ooh, yeah. Mini Override. Tell me about the beginning of Star Wars in your life, and tell me about the walk. Walk us through your journey of Star Wars.
So, as I said, I I was just sitting down.
Oh, got you. Come
Playing,
on.
and you came up to me, and it was like, hey, do you want to watch Star Wars? And I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
So then you're like, okay, I'll show you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched some movies. We somehow ended up watching every single one of them.
Yep. Yeah, we did. And I did show Minnie them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 because that's how you do it, right?
Yes.
So go on. Talk about it.
And the more that I saw, I understood it. I was younger and I didn't really understand it, and then he showed, and then it was really fun. And then like we would just sit down on the couch and watch it, and then the next day I think it was like a TV show.
The Rebels? It would have been the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the Clone Wars. We watched some of the Clone Wars, and then we watched some movies over again, like a couple, maybe a month later.
Yeah.
And then as I started getting older, and I think I was 6, I rewatched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I always liked Star Wars.
Yes, and the reason why, of course, the rewatch was on because we were headed to see Episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so tell us about it. You got to meet Rey. You were curious at first, so, tell the audience what you felt going into Episode 7.
Ooh, yeah!
It wasn't one of my favorite, but I really liked it because I really liked Rey.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably tell she's my favorite character.
You've only met her a few times. Ooh, yeah!
And I just seen her, and like we got more onto the movie. I was like, oh my goodness, a new character. Well, you kind of have to expect a new character.
Yeah, Finn. A lot of people thought Finn was going to be the Jedi at first.
Yeah, probably because he held the lightsaber.
Yeah, but that's not what we're doing anymore. Now the things that are going on are... this is still your story. We got 7. You meet Kylo Ren right from the go. He pauses. He catches a lightning shot, like blaster, from around. Look at me go!
What?
He catches a blaster bolt. Yeah. I can't believe I just did that. Brother. But yes, he catches the blaster bolt, and that's what it's about. It is all about Star Wars. And keep telling us. So you meet Kylo Ren, you go on this journey. Han Solo's back in it. Get to see Chewie. Go on, let us know.
And when I saw Han come in there, when she took the Millennium Falcon, and I was like, oh, okay. We're getting a little bit into the old Star Wars. And then after that, and then they came in. Like when Rey and Finn and BB-8 kind of got sucked in.
Yeah. At the beginning, they kind of did get sucked in.
And then he came in, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's Chewbacca and Han Solo.
Yeah.
That was surprising to see them.
Well, they were going to show up. We did see them in the trailer.
Oh, yeah, we did see them in the trailer.
Little blonde moment for you there. Ooh, yeah! But go on, keep telling us.
And then I saw Kylo Ren. There's a new villain. He has a pretty cool lightsaber. And I knew he was going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and that year, of course. Go on, keep going.
And it doesn't make sense that he took his helmet off. Vader doesn't take his helmet off right away.
No, he doesn't.
He
gets a little electrocuted by Mr. Palpatine, huh?
And I didn't really agree with him taking his helmet off. He should have done that. Well, he did do it in The Last Jedi, but they should have done it like, in The Last Jedi. They should have done it in The Force Awakens because you didn't see Vader, like, chop someone and just take their helmet off.
That's right. And so go on. So we're on to The Last Jedi now. Last Jedi, did you think it was dark?
Not really.
Yep, keep going. Come on.
None of them are really that dark.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. That's what some people said, but
I will say that maybe The Empire Strikes Back was a little dark.
Yeah, I mean, getting the whole hand getting caught off. That was, I get that.
No.
That's it.
No! And then, it was okay. Well, it wasn't okay. I love that movie. And then, it was really nice to see Kylo Ren fighting with Rey, although, again, a villain, why would they be, like, become good and then be bad? That you really haven't seen, like, Boba Fett or Darth Vader kind of just fight with someone.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people, again, going back to Last Jedi, there wasn't that many lightsaber fights, but they did fight the Praetorian Guard, so, I mean, that's all right. That was definitely a lot of stuff going on right there.
Also, we've seen Luke in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, that was great, because for me, it was great to see Luke again. And at the same time, it was like, that kind of almost ruined Luke as my favorite movie Jedi of all time. I put Obi-Wan in the number one position because, honestly, Luke, I know that he was tormented. They went a different way with the whole thing, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that a little bit when we, start talking that again. So, we get to episode 9. What did you think?
This was definitely one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Yeah?
There were some questionable things in it, like at the end. And
keep going.
You also seen Snoke in this clear thing.
Like a pod, like a growing pod, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
And also, me and my dad were both right because I'm pretty sure Palpatine came back, built him a little machine, unless someone else did, but if everyone's dead in there, then someone has to come back and do that.
That's right.
So then he probably rebuilt himself, and also there were also clone aids in there.
Yeah, and there was like clone aids, like little people running around. Some people call those like the man, what am I thinking? They're like little acolytes, like little Sith acolytes walking around, going that. So go on, keep telling us, keep talking to us. So when you found out Rey was a Palpatine, what did you think?
It really kind of blew my mind, but also that would make sense at the beginning when she blew the kind of ship thing where they had Chewie, what they thought Chewie was in, and I think Kylo Ren and her force were put together so strong, she just let it out electricity, and that blew my mind. But also at the end, when not at the end, but when Kylo Ren says you're a Palpatine, that makes sense.
Yeah, because, Electric Dooku had electric too, so Count Dooku, that is, So keep going, keep talking.
And also, what was I going to say?
You were talking about when you found out Rey was a Palpatine.
Yeah. And it was kind of questionable, but it wasn't. Because, again, Kylo Ren, he's a Skywalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Skywalker, and he's bad, and Rey is a Palpatine.
Get it?
And she's good.
That's right!
And
Hell yeah!
Don't her parents have to be related to Palpatine?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. It was like Palpatine's brother or son or something. Like, yeah, I'm not going to go into details right now, but yeah, there's some weird family tree. We only saw it one time. I took everything in. We got it. We're cool. We're gonna get it when it comes out, etc., etc. But do know, like, we enjoyed this movie, and it's why it catapulted itself to number one for me, because honestly, it just answered a lot of things that needed answered. It left a lot of things open, but the things that were left open, I don't really care about. Like, I don't care about Rose Tico. Like, I really don't. Like, whatever. It's a side. I mean, I kind of came after you about your Captain Phasma on our top 5 EU and movie villains of all time, and at the same time, when on a recent podcast done by Flying Casual, they read the Phasma book, and everybody said it was one of the best Star Wars books. So, maybe I was just a jerk. Oh, yeah. We know I can be one of those things that make me a jerk.
Bring the pain!
So, that being said, I mean, that's great. So let's just start it out. I mean, for Star Wars for me, right here, right now, let's do it.
Hell yeah!
Star Wars for me started out like this. Okay, so I was born in 78. All right, some of the movies were already out. And I remember seeing Return of the Jedi commercials. And what was really cool is, like, I was fascinated. So, truth be told, I was actually a Star Trek fan first. I'm a little bit of a converted Trekkie, Yeah, but no doubt, I still like Star Trek, that no stuff, but I always thought, like, Star Trek, I remember me, and I don't even know how I remember me being, like, 3 and 4 saying this stuff, but I remember me going, Star Trek's the show, and Star Wars is the movie, and I thought they were combined, but they weren't, and I was done. So, I asked my dad about it, my dad being a huge Chuck Norris fan, Charles Bronson fan, he'd watched the Star Wars, but never really watched them. So what ended up happening was, they got me Star Wars. And I had talked to a few of my older friends, and they were just like, yeah, man, it's really cool. And, cousins that were older, and they were like, you'll love it. It's just awesome. But it's different. So at this point, I know it's different. So then I watch A New Hope. And I'm just like, oh, man, this is awesome. I was just so excited. And then they met Obi-Wan, and then the little freaking sand people.
What?
Like, I remember playing Super Star Wars, and you could shoot the little freaking Jawas, and he go, every time they died, you got to that Jawa board. I mean, you thought the sound effects were going to have a meltdown, because I was shooting Jawa down like the Mandalorian.
Brother.
So, and then I saw Empire Strikes Back, and I mean, really, it is honestly one of the best Star Wars films ever made. Just amazing. I mean, I'm right. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it used to be my first one, then Rise of Skywalker came out, so that's my second one.
That's right.
But sometimes you can't put movies in order because they're so good.
Yeah, what really freaked me out? So after Luke, the whole father thing, I actually kind of knew that Vader was his father, because the friends had already kind of spoiled that for me, and I was already behind, and cousins, So when he got to the end, and they had that little door open to his hand, and it showed like where his wrist is, and he like moved his fingers, and those metal things moved up and down, and then they closed it. Like, it was like a little plastic door. It was like they could pop open at any moment. But they put it down. I mean, hey, whatever. I know he wore the glove, but I mean, to me, I was like, I could still see those metal things moving, those little capacitors moving back and forth, little gears. But and what the hell, man? He got his hand cut off and went down all that stuff and had a intense fight. But he was looking sweaty as hell up on that Cloud City antenna, waiting for his rod to come get him. And then there was so much to it, and that's where this is where everybody's starting to love Luke, because Luke was a beast, and he went head up with Vader, and he just he lost, and he came away from it scarred emotionally and everything. But, then I got to see Return of the Jedi when that came out, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. And it was just awesome. It just set it off. The music, the final clash. Even going back to Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader. Like, that whole fight at the end was one of the hardest. That game for the GameCube is really hard. The last board is just amazing how it's just so close to the movie and keeps you intense, and the explosions and taking out the ships and your final run to get in there. But we go back to it, the music, the chanting, the slight chanting, when Luke finally lets the dark side out a little bit and he goes after Vader, when he goes, sister, and he just goes crazy.
Brother!
And then, so here you go. Here's a little thing for you. You get to learn a little bit. Minnie, your sister, I actually took to go see Episode 1. And before they showed Episode 1, they actually played Star Wars A New Hope in the theaters. So this was the first time, for me, I could actually go see A New Hope in the theater. So I went and seen that. Everybody cheered. Yay! You know how we do it? Oh, yeah. So, they all cheered. It was great. And then I saw Phantom Menace and Darth Maul. And I immediately went out and got me a Darth Maul mask. Used to scare your brother with it all the time.
Who, me?
Yeah, me. I used to put the Darth Maul mask on and he'd be scared shitless.
Hell yeah!
You just come in the room with your
he would just scream, yeah. It was just the horns were just nasty, and Darth Maul's nasty, so he's just awesome. So, and that's where I really fell in love with Obi-Wan, and I was really loving Qui-Gon, and just the whole journey. And I know it's at the bottom of my list, but I love every Star Wars as a film, period. Let's get that straight. You people out there, all my heat overwrites, let me tell you this right now. You can hashtag heat overwrites. I already did it. But same thing is that these people, they went and, it was such a good movie. And then finally, I remember listening to Jim Rome, and he always calls his people the clones. Well, they released the Episode 2 being Attack of the Clones. So then all of a sudden he's like renaming some of his callers, like Star Wars names. It was insane. That was like when I used to listen to sports radio locally, and they would have Jim Rome on and Colin Cowherd and stuff. So you don't know about that, but back to it. Star Wars story. Ooh, yeah. So, I got to that, and then now we're at Attack of the Clones, and just what an amazing movie. It's my lowest Star Wars film, but honestly, has amazing fight scenes. I love the whole Coliseum fight scene. I mean, this is where we see Jango Fett get decapitated. The Jango Fett versus Obi-Wan Kenobi fight was straight up killer.
Ooh, yeah!
Some people think that that's just the best fight. What do you think?
It wasn't the best fight. But it was pretty good.
Fighting a Jedi versus a Mandalorian, or bounty hunter, period, but a Mandalorian bounty hunter.
It was good.
Yeah, and just the missiles, and the rain was all over the place. And
Also, there's funny moments on Star Wars, and when they were doing the rain theme, there's a green screen, and Jango Fett was holding an umbrella and dancing in it. It's like,
oh yeah, because we watched the.
And then he fell.
Yeah, we like watching skits too with the green screens and falling and stuff. But yeah, back to it. And we got Yoda fighting for the first time. The whole crowd cheered when Yoda started fighting Dooku, man. And you just, again, electricity, he took him out. Just showed how powerful Count Dooku was, really. And why he was regarded, why he was on the council for a long time. Is because he was powerful, he was strong, and then he just wanted to become stronger, but at personal gain. That's really what it was. In my opinion, you want to argue, talk about it, go hit the comments. Let us know what's going on. Oh, yeah. So, you get to episode 3. Revenge of the Sith. The whole thing, and then Mace Windu catching that lightning, and Yoda catching lightning, and Yoda fighting the Emperor, and just the plot, and then seeing it all go down and how torn Anakin was and how he should just stay in the damn council room. Because just let Mace Windu take him out. Like, come on, man. We had it. It was good. Okay, get it. Palps is the ultimate dude. The ultimate evil. The new age Abeloth. But, that was just awesome. And this whole time, that's about when your sister kind of grew out of Star Wars. And, that just... And it's kind of where Avengers kind of took over, too. So I could just watch the Avengers. We had the prequels. We had the original trilogy. And then leading up to 7. Where I had to get you into Star Wars. Because you're my girl. You're my daddy's little girl. And you're going to grow up one day. And I want us to go to new Star Wars films together. That's just, I think, what any parent would want. But... the fact that, I had one in it and then she went away from it and then I have you in it and you haven't gone away, it means a lot to me. And, going towards 7, that was an amazing trip, watching those films again with you. And then finally meeting Rey and Finn and watching Solo die. We love you, Han. And just the whole, everybody. It was a great thrill ride. It was a fun movie. And then finally getting to Last Jedi, and I remember how jacked up we were. Because we had Last Jedi, and then we got Solo not far after that. So we had a nice little Star Wars run here for a minute. And of course we had seen Rogue One, and, all this timing going up. Because that's what we do. We were seeing Avenger films. But... leading up to this episode 9, this was the best journey. Earlier last year, about a year ago, I did my top 10 Star Wars films of all time because, and I included Solo and I included Rogue One. And then about right before Disney Plus came out, we really got hardcore into Star Wars. Now, we, of course, have gone to the Seawolves dressed as Star Wars players. Anytime you people want to check it out, we got pictures all over. Look at the pictures to my thing. We go. We always cosplay. Don't we? I mean, yeah, we have fun. Is it crazy? Do you think we're crazy?
No.
Do you think people think we're crazy?
No.
No, they just kind of I don't know. There's always a couple people that are like, look at those idiots. But we're not idiots. We're Star Wars fans, and we love what we want.
Hell yeah!
So.
Also, when it was Star Wars night we were walking, and these two people said, "Is it Star Wars night?" They sounded like they didn't like Star Wars.
Yeah, we don't care about them.
Like the lady was like, "Is it Star Wars night?"
Bring the pain!
Yeah, it was Star Wars nights. And you know what's really funny? I'm surprised nobody put pictures up. I literally watched a lot of that hockey game for the Erie Otters wearing my Kylo Ren mask. Matter of fact, there was some college dudes, hockey player guys. They were all just sitting right there and they were literally talking to me as my Kylo Ren. So it was I had to lift my mask because it was it rude in a way. But at the same time, it was kind of funny. Remember? I mean, we were just in full robe gear and just there. Everybody loved it, too. Everybody always loves it. People love my Macho Man costume, though, too. I think they're a little crazier with the Macho Man one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That when I'm Macho Man, it's insane.
There's also just people that just stare at you.
Yeah, and they touch me, too. They just randomly touch me like I'm not real.
Oh, yeah!
So, going towards 9, again, we got Disney Plus, we got The Mandalorian, we started our Mandalorian journey, we even tried to get Mom into it, Cutie Ray doing the thing. She watched a couple of and she had to see Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
He's so cute.
I know. And just The Mandalorian, a great season leading up to the Rise of the Skywalker. We constantly did podcast after podcast after podcast. Did you love doing all those podcasts?
Yes.
I love doing this podcast. Right now. We're getting things ready. We're going to bring the pain. Wait till this year. I told all you guys, all you girls, all you heat overrites, we're going to make this all happen. Going to the top. Like the cream always rises. Yeah. So, we finally get to Rise of Skywalker. We love it. Mm-hmm. We come back. We do our podcasts. We talk about Fallen Order. We talk about the updates to Battlefront 2. But this whole journey, the games, we didn't even bring up Fallen Order coming out, keeping us, the podcast, keeping us entertained, listening to Flying Casual, listening to Rebel Scum Cast, listening to everything, watching what they do, talking with them, talking Star Wars. That's what we do. That's what our relationship is. It's more than just, of course, Star Wars. It's Niagara Falls. It's being a great dad, being a great daughter. It's about having fun. It's about doing stuff together. It's about creating memories that we'll always do.
Hell
Right?
yeah!
Yep.
You love that stuff, you know? Right? Come on. You know?
And also we go up to Niagara Falls and we don't dress up on the May 4th because
Yeah.
the 4th.
Oh, we'll be home for the May the 4th this year, and there's a game. It might be a buck game at the Seawolves.
We're going to go insane.
If they do, yeah, they do that, yeah, I mean, and that's going to mean that'll be a packed night. Star Wars outfits will be just tight, and that's how we're going to do it. Ooh, right. So,
Also, there was this Boba Fett, and they kept on dressing up as a Darth Vader. And this one year, he said, "I remember you."
yeah. It's always like the Boba Fett dude that's part of the 501st Legion Star Killer Division. Let's get that right. The Star Killer Division, this dude's like at least 6'7". And then he's got the extended boots. I'm a small guy. I mean, there's a picture of one of our podcasts we did of me and him together. You can see how kind of tall he is. I'm 5'10", but when I'm Kylo Ren, I'm about 6'1", because I have boots.
Ooh,
So, Rise of Skywalker, loved the movie, loved the ride, didn't move fast for me, loved the whole Bliss part, the water part, Rey pushing back Finn with the Force. She knew she had that fight. Rey getting lost in the fight, becoming way too confused, while Leia had just passed, and Kylo turning to Ben at that moment and knowing that what he did, what he gave up, everything was finally, he took the stab. She saved him. Life goes, and then we go and we see Palpatine, and he's a crazy, comes back, blows up, Force shock everybody, because that's what he does.
hell yeah!
And the movies, the video games, the updates, we're playing a hell of a lot of Battlefront 2. And yeah, check us out on Twitch. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah, we were on Twitch. We're leaving videos. We're live on YouTube. I don't know about the live on Twitch yet. I'm still kind of like, but we'll get views.
I do the Twitch.
Twitch in it, yeah. So, like, there's so much Star Wars that we're not empty. We're about to get Season 7 of the Clone Wars. We've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 again, like I just said, and showing all you how we bring the pain. That's why last week we didn't even do a Star Wars episode. We just played on Twitch and YouTube and just let y'all see, hey, we're going to give you peeks into our lives. There's your peeks. But right now, you get the audio version. We're rolling just over 33 minutes. Loving the Star Wars story. Putting them together. That's what I like. It's our bond. Tell me about it.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And we play with the Star Wars cars and...
Yeah, and we play with the Star Wars cars on your Star Wars tracks, and then the cat chases the cat. The cars on the track.
I push them, and then she just stops them before they go in the bucket. Like, are you kidding me?
What?
Yeah, she is kidding you. That car is not getting past no cat. Hopping down for an 8-foot tree, just jumping on Star Wars cars. We got some cool ones. We got a Yoda one. We talked a little bit about that one of our episodes. Yeah, so that's what it's about. It's about family. It's about bringing people together. It's about doing things together, and the things we choose to get together, of course, is sports. It's Star Wars. It's Avengers. Karate. I don't do karate, but at the same time, we go to Niagara Falls. It's just things. But this episode is about our Star Wars story. But for the past year, if you've been with us every one of those episodes, then you've been with us on our Star Wars journey.
Ooh, yeah!
That's how it rolls, right?
Yeah. And you're not lying. We were playing Fallen Order, seeing movies.
I want to go in there and play some... I want to go live on Twitch until we got to kind of get out of here soon. I don't know if we'll have enough time, but, check us out soon. Follow me at Heat Override on Twitter with just the O, not the double zeros, but the double zeros will get you my Macho Man, the Erie Macho Man page, but we're not talking about that. So follow that. Follow at Rebel Scumcast on Twitter. Don't forget about Flying Casual. Michael Hawley and Luke all bring the pain. They got Wade monitoring the Facebook page. Same time, when you head over to Rebel Scum on Twitter, they're always talking. They have a great network of other podcasts they talk with too. And that's what we do. The one thing every one of these podcasts has in common is Star Wars. Minnie, you know what I say? It's, may the pain be with you. Ooh, yeah. Give us an outro, Minnie Rover Ride.
Goodbye.
Yeah. And always remember, when it comes to Star Wars, and it comes to other things in life, Avengers, and video games, and Twitch feed, follow me at Heat Override on there too. Because when we take lightsabers to the bodies, we always bring the pain!